But right now, I want you to pay attention because Jason Schemmel is coming to the stage, and his talk is entitled Socially Addicted. Jason is a t-shirt terrorist. You may have seen him at the Griffins. He may have hit you with a hot dog. He is a hockey enthusiast. And are there casual hockey? No. They're pretty much enthusiast is kind of like a word for, never mind. He is also an amateur wedding planner. And by that, you can't hire him, Angelica. No, he's only planning his own wedding. He's just about to get married. So yeah, give him some applause for that. And as soon as he's taking a selfie out back there, he's going to come back here and he's going to talk to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jason Schemmel. Jason, come on up.
All right, how's everyone doing tonight? That's it? Come on. How are we doing tonight? Come on. There we go. Sorry, I'm working for the Griffins and throwing t-shirts at people. I'm just kind of used to ramping everyone up. And it's clearly not because I'm nervous and I hate talking in front of people, but, all right, go ahead. So hold on. To continue the ramping up, how's everyone doing tonight? One more time. Let me hear it one more time. There we go. That's what I like. So, this isn't my first PechaKucha event. I've been a part of PechaKucha a few years ago, helping them out plan some of these events, and this is my first time in front of people giving the presentation, so this will be an interesting experience. So we're just going to get right into it, and I hope you can give me some feedback on this too. So who here has a to-do list? Quick show of hands. Who here has a to-do list? Okay. Well, I'm not talking about a work to-do list or that list of chores you have sitting at home, like repainting that one room or fixing that leaky faucet, because who wants to do that stuff anyway? I'm a homeowner, and personally, I hate doing that stuff. It takes time, it takes effort. I just really don't want to do it. So what happens is I put it off because part of me, again, I don't want to do it. I'd rather just leave it for someone else to do. So, and I'm sure, if you're like me, you're a procrastinator and you're looking around going, yeah, me too. Procrastinators unite! Tomorrow. So what I really want to talk about is your private and personal to-do list. This is the list that's in the back of your head that you've always wanted to do. These are the things like you've always wanted to take that vacation or learn that skill or try that new hobby. But why does it, right? But why does this list exist? We barely get anything ever done on it. But why is that? This is a list that would make us very happy and very proud of ourselves, but we often ignore it. Is it because we're incapable of doing it? Is it because we're afraid of failure? But hang on a sec, have we even tried starting? Sometimes we're too old for it, we're too tired for it, sometimes we haven't drank enough to start it. But if you're like me, you keep telling yourself and everyone else, I just don't have time to do this shit. I have too many life obligations that take my time, or you suffer from what I call ADSD, or attention deficit squirrel disorder. You're focused on something and you see something in your peripheral and you go, ooh, shiny. And then you're just mentally gone for hours. Anyone else suffer from that? I've been suffering for years. I'm glad I'm not the only one. But what's worse is that we live in a society that's full of distractions with social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Does anyone else have a Netflix or Hulu account? About half the people. I thought there was going to be a lot more than that. One more raise of hands here. Is anyone else guilty of this statement? I have binge watched a TV show in the past year. Okay, think about that for a second. Binge watching. When has binge watching ever been seen in a positive light? But yet society accepts that. You're like, oh, I just binge watch Stranger Things of Game of Thrones. It's like accepted all around the world now. But think about it. The hours that you spend putting into Netflix or into social media could be put towards doing stuff like this, reading a book, working towards that 5K that you've always wanted to do, learning a second language, or doing a do-it-yourself project. That's actually a cabinet I put together for my fiance once. Just once, only one cabinet, that's all. So there's a motto that I recently came across that has really helped me out. and it's called CYA. Although it's not cover your ass like the picture shows. Although a very useful motto. It is bailed me out a time or 10. The CYA that I'm talking about is controlling your attention. And what I mean by that is mentally taking a step back and realizing what you're doing in the here and now. And that's breaking ourselves out of the habit of zoning out and avoiding those situations where we turn our brains off for the remainder of our day and so that we wake up in the next morning thinking, what did I do yesterday? You ever go to work the next day and people are asking you, like, what'd you do last night or what'd you do over the weekend? And you're thinking, I have no idea. I can't remember. Don't even remember what I had for dinner last night. I mean, it seems crazy, right? You're sitting there thinking, like, what am I doing with my life? So again, control your attention. Take that time away from doing nothing and turn it into doing something that you've always wanted to do. Read a book, go work out, learn that new language, take that class that gets you one step closer to your dream job, or pick up that hobby that you've always wanted to try. And remember that we all have our own personal and private to-do lists of things that we want to do. Making that time is what separates us from the people that get shit done to the people that just kind of wish and just kind of think, you know, one day I really want to try this. Now, keeping in mind that thing from your personal to-do list, because again, everyone has it, think of this. Look at all of these people up here, and even people that aren't on here. So the Mark Cubans, the Taylor Swifts, Warren Buffetts, the Ellen DeGenereses, all of these successful people, we all have one thing in common with them. And it's that we have 24 hours in a day, just like them. Every single person in this room has 24 hours in a day, just like all of these people. What separates us from them is that they found ways to control their attention and focus on the things that they want to accomplish. Sorry, lost my train of thought. See, it's that ADSD again, squirrel. So what are you doing with the time that you have, with those 24 hours? Remember the reason why we call it spending time. We say that because it's the one resource we can never get back. Once we spent it, it's gone. Yes, we have numerous life obligations that require our time, but we also need to keep in mind that spending our time is important on focusing it on the things that we want to do. So once again, controlling your attention, especially when you want to shift your focus away from that distraction and find ways to carve out that time and put it towards what you really want to do. So when you find yourself checking things off left and right, you feel a lot more happy. You feel more just satisfied with yourself, which is great when it comes Thanksgiving time when you're sitting around the dinner table, sitting around all those relatives, and they all ask you the same damn question. So what have you been doing with your life? You'll have a lot more to say than just, oh, you know, the usual, eat, sleep, work, and binge watching Game of Thrones or Stranger Things on Netflix. Thank you.
Keep it going for Jason.